Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Dodger here. Welcome back to the Mindcrack server for your Monday and your October, I think. Pretty sure today's the first day of October. Yeah, I'm fairly certain of that. And there is some things behind me that are different than we left them. Mostly sand. But yesterday, I came on here during our live stream, as I have dubbed Sundays to be Mindcrack and Minecraft bingo night. So I will come on here and either work on our build some or some other miscellaneous project for a while on Sunday nights. And basically what we did was kind of planning and idea brainstorming for ideas for the Cone Abode. Got some really good ones. Mostly we were working on the basement. Also trying to figure out what to do with the walls on the outside. And this morning, I logged on and did some scaffolding-ish for putting concrete in. And scaffolding, believe it or not, I can't believe I'm actually saying this. It's something I've been asking for literally a decade. Scaffolding is coming to vanilla Minecraft. It will be something you can get from bamboo and jungles, and you will be able to erect it from the bottom, and it goes up to the sky, and I think it's climbable. I'm not sure on the climbable thing, but either way, scaffolding coming to Minecraft makes me very happy. And we got that information because this weekend was quote-unquote Minecon. I gotta be honest, not really Minecon. It's more, and we had a little bit of this discussion with, oh, I need materials, with Good and Brian and Reisky last night, I think. I think that's who I had the discussion with. I can't honestly even remember right now. About what that actually is. And what we've kind of determined is, it's not really a convention anymore. No, it's more a conference. Much like the way all of the game developers these days do conferences. Microsoft, Sony, whoever, even some, other game developers, they do these big elaborate conferences, and that's where they announce all their new features. And it was kind of Apple that spearheaded that. Apple started that whole conference for announcing new products thing, and everybody else has jumped in on that bandwagon, and that's basically what Minecon has become. It's where Mojang releases all of the information. Actually, I need this for what they're going to be doing in the future, and then they kind of sneak in some vaguely convention-like details. And like there's panels. This year they actually did live panels apparently, which was a change from previous years. But yeah, not something I necessarily tune into, but I do take interest in, the direction that Mojang's taking the game and all that stuff, all the new features. The other big thing that was announced is that the next biome that's getting an update will be the taiga biome, which I guessing means the taiga and all its variants, like the taiga and the mega taiga. But yeah, there was like a fan vote on what biome should get new features, and that's the one that won. So, got that to look forward to in the future. Close these in. I guess I agree that the taiga could use some love. It's not a particularly interesting biome to explore. However, it's a good looking biome. Like I never had any qualms or complaints about the looks of a taiga biome, so I wasn't like ecstatic about it, but I mean it was nothing like, it was certainly nothing detrimental and nothing nothing that like we won't make use of. The new features I'm sure will, the new blocks or whatever that come from that, I'm sure we'll make use of. The thing I guess most interesting that they said they're going to add with that is not fireplaces, campfires. So that could be a nice, interesting new lighting option for the future, or just a nice detail for places. Then there's like foxes that are a new mob. I don't berry bushes, I believe, which landscaping details. That's something we've always needed more of. So I got no problems with that. Yeah, I got no problems, right? Yeah, I just didn't have any negative thoughts or connotations with what they talked about at Minecon, and that was kind of that. I was most excited about the scaffolding. That was something that actually made me like excited. And there's not a whole lot that they announced for Minecraft anymore that's like, oh, I can't believe. Yeah, I was happy to see that. It's only like many years too late. Should have always been a feature, because that was like one of the earliest mod things. I've never been a fan of modded Minecraft, playing it anyway. It's the feature creep gets way too extreme, and the amount of blocks and the amount of different options, it's just a little bit too much. But yeah, I like it when good ideas make it to regular Minecraft, because that's been the case over the years, is that when the mod community, almost screwed that up, has a good idea, and it's something that just makes sense, that should be in vanilla, generally those things get adapted into vanilla Minecraft, and that's the way that I think it should work. Yeah, it's nice to see that the community still has some influence over the game. Put the rest of these in. Honestly, what's your feature? What's the thing you've always wanted them to add but they never have? I'm curious, kind of what your perspective is there, or what changes to Minecraft have they never done that you always wanted to see? For me, the biggest thing that I have wanted has been long-standing. It's been since beta 173, and this is not necessarily 100% tied to the fact that obviously Farlands or Bust happens in 1.7.3, and there's a lot of nostalgia related to that and whatnot. This is something that stems from, honestly, when I first kind of started playing the game. I think the world generation has gotten less interesting. Something happened with the world gen that made the worlds seem very scripted, I guess, because it's procedurally generated, sure, but when you can see the procedure and you know the procedure, and the procedure just keeps falling into the same rhythms all of the time, you lose out on some of the uniqueness of the worlds. Nothing really surprises me terribly in vanilla Minecraft generation anymore. The thing that got away from that, and the thing that solved that problem, was the ability to do custom world gen, and that helped a lot. I really love playing Minecraft Bingo because it has a custom world gen that usually gives us some pretty cool and epic landscapes that kind of defy your rules of Minecraft, and that's enjoyable. And I miss that in vanilla Minecraft. I miss that being in the regular world gen, and now we don't even have the ability to do custom world gen. Kind of a disappointment. That's one thing that I think is very, very high on my list. I would love to see them either touch world gen, like try and get the worlds to generate. Okay, Minecraft, I'll go to sleep. Okay, that was entirely too creepy. I'm going to bed. It's October, spoopy. But no, yeah, I mean, if it wasn't even a huge change, but if there was just some of the randomization, some of the unbelievableness of beta Minecraft brought back in. Whoo! That's why the spooky noises. Oh, my heart. I can't even. Whew. You are a jerk. Okay, you see, I want that level of unpredictability and spookiness and randomness in World Gen. That's what I want. I want floating islands to return. I want, and I don't mean like in this. I don't want a floating island biome. No, no, no. I want there to be enough graininess in the procedure of the procedural generation that it's possible that something like that could happen. That's what I would want with it. Let me do this sensibly. Give ourselves a way to reveal what this will look like. I don't know if I should do torches or not. Yeah, that seems like a little bit of a waste of time. We'll just do the shovel. Shovel real fast. Real fast shovel. But yeah, that's kind of the Minecraft news update from the weekend. Minecraft news. Things that are totally relevant in the year 2018. But yeah, it seemed like a very positive. That's what the only other thing we really took from that was overall it seemed like a positive. There was little negative connotation with anything that was announced, or the way it was announced, or the way that the event was handled. And that's nice. It's encouraging. Not always the case, or honestly, not even usually the case. So that's cool. Dang, this went much faster than I expected. And now you can see that inside of here, on the interior walls, we have a little bit of an interesting situation, and this is something we talked about on stream, and that is the gray concrete is also the walls. So when I get to the point of actually doing housework, actually like laying out the house, we're gonna have to keep in mind that this back wall is gray, and we're gonna want to try and cover that up somehow, or at least incorporate it somehow. Also, I wanted to use the white concrete because I really like the fact that it looks like plaster, it looks like walls, it looks like drywall. So that's why I wanted to use that. And on the outside, I didn't leave a way to get out. Well, we're gonna need a way to get out, and I think the door is going to be approximately here. Oh, hello, Sand. Forgot about you on the outside. So on the outside, this is the basic look. We were originally going to go for brick, bottom and top, but with messing around with it and kind of just experimenting with it, we never got a brick that looked right. The brick contrasts with the white very strangely, and it just wouldn't happen. But that's okay. I have other places I could use the brick in the future to try and tie that back in. Get dirt? I did. Whoops. So that's kind of that. That's where we are with the exterior. It's very simple and plain right now, but this is just the canvas. As we move on here and get to detailing, I think this will come together. The walls right now, I mean, being white and dark oak, it's very plain, but it's also very canvassy, so it means we got plenty of ways to detail it. I'm not even sure that they're going to be flat. I would like to have some kind of a trim effect in there too, but we'll see. More than anything, I just wanted to get some walls in so that we have an idea of the scale of the place, because it's been kind of difficult to tell just how big the house actually was or wasn't. I haven't even decided, honestly, if it's going to be 2 stories or not. It may end up being. It depends on, again, what the look is like. And it may not even be traditional 2-story. I have some ideas, which are always dangerous. We had to trim up the spruce tree a little bit, but not too much. There we go. Go around this way. And then that will reveal the whole house. It's kind of a fun way to do this. It'll be even more fun with scaffolding. Tell I'm excited about scaffolding. I hope it actually works kind of like it works in my mind. There we go. There's a piece of gravel up there. Can I get that piece of gravel? Ugh, I don't think I can get those pieces of gravel. Ruh-roh. We have to incorporate some tree restoration services into this. We'll get them at a later date. We'll never get them. They'll always be there now. Okay, so there we go. That is the exterior of the house. That is how big it is from the outside. And I definitely wanted to see that. I wanted to see if it looked too big or too small for what I was going for. I really like the white. Oh, the white stands out so much, and it looks great with the dark oak. Keep in mind, like I said, the shape and the detailing is not there yet. But we're just looking at it from like a clicky chair, from a color palette form right now, and it's good. I really like the colors. The contrast is enough, but the snow and the spruce trees around help tie it in. That's really good. Might end up not doing 2 stories traditionally, but as like an attic or gabled 2-story kind of thing. That may be where I go with that. The L shape of the building is going to make the roof a very interesting topic. I have no idea what I'm going to do with that at this point. That will be a bridge that I must cross. Quite soon, in fact. Probably this week. We shall see. Alright. I love the fact that the slab, or the basement area pokes out through the bottom. That looks super cool. I'm very happy with that. I definitely want to do a porch on the front. That will come out to about here. And now it's time to go down into the basement so you can see what's new down there. See some changes already. And that is that, well, a lot has changed, honestly, and it's incomplete. We were kind of going over some options last night, and somebody commented that the column, the, tree log column didn't look quite right, and it was suggested to use instead the cobble walls. We tried fences, and then we ended up trying walls, and those look really good. Using the mossy cobble walls on the bottom to better represent that this is a basement. Also, we're making some changes to the structure of the beams across there. Tried a bunch of different things, and this is what I think I've settled on. And it's more of a simple design. It's aesthetically not as interesting, I don't think. Oh, what did I do? I got rid of my stairs, basically. There we go. That should fix. Right. Wait. Oh, it worked before because of the wall? No. How did this work before? Well, this wasn't here. Oh, okay. I see. So we need to knock out another one of these guys. There we go. That fixed stairs, right? Dope. That fixed stairs. Yeah, okay. Not the most convenient, but they never are, I don't think, in basements, as far as I know. Okay, let me put the sand off into here. And yeah, we'll take a look at this. So, I'm gonna put these on all of those. They look so much more sturdy, and it looks so much stronger, even though it's not as interesting to look at. And we went through some options that were way more interesting to look at, but none of them made sense structurally. And this is the basement. This is not supposed to be super intricately designed. It's supposed to be very utilitarian and purposeful. You know, it's not a place for, just aesthetics. Also down in here, you may see these doodads. I think I'm going to end up using these. These are bone blocks for our HVAC system. So this is like the air conditioning and heating for the house. Something you would commonly see in a basement. Over here we have a water heater with a pipe up the front of it, or up the top of it there. Just some details to make sure that it looks as basement-y as possible. Also, the word basement-y. Not a real word, probably. More than probably. I'll go with definitely on that one. tell if it's actually late at night currently or not. I don't think it is. But from where we are in the basement and the way the walls are, it looks very dark. Oh, it is getting dark. Wow. We had a bunch of mobs down in here. It was a dangerous basement when I started streaming yesterday. Lots of close encounters, but took no damage during the stream, so our streak continues. So that's good. And now those are complete all the way. Yep. Looks better. It definitely looks better. I think Brian's going to be happy. And even though we're not super happy with Brian because he took down our tree on the path, you know, the tree at the end of the path where the pond was, and we instead of knocking down the tree, I went around the tree. Apparently, from what I've been told, he came through and knocked down my tree. So I put a much more annoying tree there now. But yeah, I do think this makes more sense structurally and visually. So that's good. That is good. There's one other thing that I do want to try for the HVAC vents before I go ahead and commit to those. But I need some more blocks, and I'm going to go sleep off the night. So we'll look at that in the morning. Hey, hey. Why are you taking my grass? Don't take my grass. Hey. Oh, it's gone forever now. You darn thief. Why you gotta grief my place? Why you gotta do that, Enderman? Fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, so... Oh, I forgot to get the blocks that I was talking about. Also, last night we ran out to the desert and grabbed ourselves... Oh, I have some saplings on me, actually. Let me go ahead and plant a couple of these, just in case I do want to use more of this. But another interesting idea was to use these acacia logs in the house for two different purposes. Number one, the gray texture of them for the HVAC system. I want to take a look at that. The other purpose would be for a cool accent block highlight for the beams upstairs. Might be something I look at. Let me look at these. Just as regular logs. The color is right. But in my mind, I know it's wood, and that really bothers me that I know it's wood. I think I'm going to go with this. I think I'm going to go for the bone. Make no bones about it. I'm terribly sorry. Alright, so yeah, that's a good idea, but I can't get past my hang-ups that I know that it's wood. Alright, so we'll need a lot more bone blocks. I don't know if I have enough bone meal here to do that. I don't have enough for 4. Not even close. But you got the idea of what this will look like once I end up having enough bones. Do we have a skeleton grinder on the server? Someone can tell me, I'm sure. And then these are going to go up to the floor, and in the future, once I know exactly where they're going to be and everything's set, we'll go ahead and put vents in the floor as well. Actually, let's take a look at one of those, because someone had another idea for that. That is the fun part of streaming, and the fun part of like doing builds on stream is the kind of like collaborative nature of it. You're basically building things, you know, brainstorming as a group. So yeah, I like having at least one of those nights where I'm going to be doing that, and I think that will spawn some good ideas. Oh, they changed this texture a bit, didn't they? Maybe it always... No, these are pretty new, so maybe it's always been like that. I just never looked at it. Aha! That does look very vent-like, doesn't it? The color is odd, but if we do end up using these acacia beams in the top, well, that's just going to be a nice little accent there. Cool. Gem Knight, who currently works in the construction industry, kind of the connection between the two of us is obviously I came from kind of a construction retail life, and he's into construction and all that stuff. So yeah, we definitely have some of the same build styles-ish, and he understands the the way that I'm trying to represent, I guess, real world construction. I think he gets that part of it. But he thought that these should be up one, since that is the case most of the time. I don't think it looks as good up one. I think it looks better flush. And I have seen these done flush into the floor. It's not impossible to do it that way. So cool. That'll be a neat detail in the future. Not quite there yet, but it is indeed a neat feature. Anything else that I wanted to look at? No, I think that's kind of it for down here. I do want to see what the stripped acacia look like, and I do want to get to the point of maybe looking at what they would look like in a column. Or not a column, an I-beam, a beam across the ceiling. Where those are going to be, I'm not entirely sure. I was thinking they would probably run this way. So let me just try one. Let me just see what it would look like. And what this would be is kind of a similar situation to the ceiling of the basement, where it's going to be two different heights. One of the things I wanted was for this to not be visible from inside. I wanted it to be just plain white walls. However, I think it does actually look pretty good. The contrast is so great between these two. It's such a good, you know, couple blocks next to each other that I'm not super upset by them being near each other. And then I think we're gonna use a lot of different wood in this build. Grab these, as well as I want some actual spruce slabs. Yeah, I'm not using a highly limited, you know, color palette of blocks in this build. This is a little bit more free reign there. Since this is the code abode, and the code abode is meant to be rather fancy. Even though it's... we keep going over this with scale. In real world scale, this place is gigantic. In Minecraft scale, this house is tiny. Okay, so let me take a look at what that would be like with these. I haven't stripped these yet. I need to do that. So these are going to be rather flamboyant, I guess is the word. They're very out there. It's certainly a block and a color that's it's in your face. So, you know, it has to be used in pretty small quantities for it to not be overwhelming. But I do really like the idea of it, and I really like the texture and the idea. I guess I already said idea. It's striking. I guess I need to see more to really have an idea. What did I do for the crossbeams down here? So it would have been there have been a 4 gap, and that worked out perfectly. Yes. Okay. So let me do it with that in mind. I have another 11. That isn't enough, I don't think. 1, 2, and that's the way it is. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4 gap. So here. Is this enough? Please be enough. Please be enough. Hey, it's the perfect amount. Nice. Okay, let me do this. And is this a 4 gap? 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. Off by 1. Too bad. Let me just fix that real quick. So what this would do is give us a ceiling. I don't want it to be a flat roof. That was one thing that was discussed, is maybe doing a flat roof, but 1, 2, 3, 4 gap here. Oh, I guess it was actually further off than I thought. But I don't think that's in the cards for me. I don't think I want to do a flat roof. All right. Let me at least bridge the gap between these two. And then that will give me a little bit of an idea as to what this will look like. All right, let me one's right here. I don't mind that the spruce is right up against the oak. They are so close to each other that they actually complement each other pretty well. I'm still deciding on if I'm on board with this idea or not. I really like the high contrast. I like that they are, you know, very apparent. I think the part I'm not really digging is actually the spruce slabs. What do these do? Hold on, let me get rid of this row of them. So these would be much further up, and they have a little bit of a... Oh. Is that possible to fix? Yes, okay. I don't know that I've seen anybody use these as floor, and they're going to present an interesting challenge once we get upstairs. If we do a, you know, like a dormer area or a little attic room up there, the floor of this will be non-buildable. But they look pretty darn cool, and it has a ceiling block too. But I think it exposes too much of these. I think that leaves too much of them out in the open. So I'm not feeling that either. The only other thing to really look at is oak slabs, or the dark oak slabs. And we know what that's going to look like. That'll look like that. I think I'm going to have to leave this one up for some thought as we move forward. We might have to collaborate together on this one and think of some ideas. I want to keep these. What do you think I can put next to them to make them work? That's going to be the question. All right, well, kind of a very buildy day today, actually. Mostly just construction, but I think that will wrap it up for this Monday. Kona Abode is coming along. I think it's going to look really nice. We got a lot of work to do with the walls, for sure, and figuring out how to properly detail them and bring in enough depth to the build. Figure out what kind of roof I'm going to do. That may be mainly what we work on Wednesday, is let's figure out what we're going to do with these, and then figure out and prototype some roof ideas. So that one will be a tough one for our Acacia initiative here. But we're going to go ahead and move this to a 9. Let's put that in the middle-ish. And we will say thank you as always for watching, and I will see you next time.